our economic relationship with China. Second, de-risking. And third, advancing diplomacy on global issues, including climate.
Imagine the scene, a sleek Beijing airport where power plays out in the shadows of diplomacy. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen steps off her plane, expecting the red carpet treatment befitting Europe's self-proclaimed global powerhouse. But instead of luxury limousines, she's herded into a cramped, no-frills king-long minibus, like a forgotten tourist group. Meanwhile, European CEOs glide away in gleaming Audis, sealing billion-dollar deals. This wasn't an accident. It was China's calculated slap in the face, exposing the crumbling facade of European arrogance. Tonight we uncover the hidden agendas, the shocking ultimatums, and how Beijing buried Brussels' dreams in one humiliating summit. Buckle up, this is the minibus to nowhere. Let's dive into the heart of this diplomatic disaster. It all unfolded during the high-stakes EU-China summit in Beijing, a meeting billed as a chance to reset relations amid escalating trade tensions and geopolitical shifts. Von der Leyen arrived with a delegation brimming with confidence, armed with what insiders call a three-point ultimatum, designed to bend China to Europe's will. First, they demanded Beijing sever its deepening ties with Russia, essentially stop supporting Moscow in the Ukraine conflict or face harsher sanctions. Second, liberalize markets for European firms, opening doors wide for investments without the barriers China imposes to protect its own industries. And third, adopt Western human rights standards, including crackdowns on alleged abuses in Xinjiang and Hong Kong. It was bold, audacious, and reeked of colonial-era lecturing. But here's where the suspense builds. Von der Leyen didn't just present these demands dryly. In a moment that leaked from closed-door talks, she framed Europe as the sole path to global prosperity, implying China needed Brussels' guidance to thrive. Picture it, a room filled with stone-faced Chinese officials hearing echoes of 19th century imperialism. This wasn't diplomacy, it was a condescending sermon from a leader whose own continent is grappling with recession, energy crises, and political fragmentation. Sources close to the summit whisper that von der Leyen's tone was the spark that ignited China's restrained fury. Enter Xi Jinping, the poised architect of China's resurgence. He didn't explode in anger, that's not his style. Instead, he invoked China's century of humiliation, that dark era from 1839 to 1949, when Western powers, including European empires, carved up China through unequal treaties, opium wars, and territorial grabs. Xi's words, delivered with icy precision, painted Europe as a sinking ship lecturing from the deck while ignoring its own leaks. He highlighted Europe's hypocrisy. How can Brussels preach about international law when it selectively enforced it in Iraq's invasion or Yugoslavia's bombing? And on trade, the EU's bans on Huawei tech, citing security risks without ironclad proof, smacked of protectionism disguised as principle. Xi's message was clear: China won't be bullied by a bloc that's lost its economic edge. The humiliation didn't stop at words. As the summit progressed, or rather stalled, the Chinese hosts orchestrated a series of subtle snubs that screamed volumes. The delegation's modest minibus transport contrasted starkly with the VIP treatment for European business leaders from companies like Volkswagen and Siemens, who stayed behind to ink deals worth tens of billions. These CEOs weren't part of the political posturing. They were there for profit, and China rolled out the red carpet for them, underscoring Beijing's divide-and-conquer strategy: woo the capitalists while sidelining the ideologues. By the way, if you're hooked on these insider revelations about how global